Okay, we're calling this one the Smithsonian. Y'all can literally thank Andre Wickham for this one. I mean, like for years and years and years and years, he's been having this line where he goes, we'll be talking, and he might go into a diatribe about something, and and he might out of nowhere just be like, full blooded Smithsonian is truly a very funny thing, but it's also a very serious thing. And it gives rise to the idea that the Gentile is indeed the Smithsonian, and the Smithsonian is indeed a Gentile. Let's go ahead and break it down. Look at this guy right here, right? Some type of part breed looking thing. What does it mean to be human? Uh oh. Meet your closest ancestors and relatives in this interactive exploration of human evolution. This 15,000 square foot gallery invites you to explore the specific evidence of human origins over the past 6 million years and traces how we evolved the unique traits that distinguish our species. Mm. Discover fascinating stories of extinction and survival and learn about some of the features that set us apart from other species, from walking upright to using tools, and from our big brains to our ability to use symbols and language. Now, I want y'all to look. Look how they got this nig looking one back here, right? And this one right here, right? That this don't worry, this is who they want you and I to think we are. Right on? They want us to think that this is where we come from. But I don't know no niggas with hair like that other than Africans with straight hair like that and Indians. That's it. But if you watch movies about certain Indians, they even espouse that they know that they come from the middle of the planet. So anyway, let's just keep it going. Things to do. Compare 5 touchable early human skulls to discover how the size and shape of our brain cases and faces have evolved over millions of years. No, those are called Gentiles, y'all. That's exactly what they look like to this day. Visit a morphing station to find out what you'd look like as an early human and email yourself a copy of the picture to keep. This is crazy. You see what I'm saying? They want you to really believe that this stuff goes back millions of years. Yet, in the last 100 years, they've made the most advances that they've known about on this side of Moses. Okay, then. You can say this side of the Messiah if you want to say that. Whatever y'all want to say. But just know that in the days of Moses, the Egyptian empire it fell from its true power and its true esteem. So it was never the same once the sea people popped on the scene. Anyway, and yes, during the time of the Exodus, um, or close to that time, shortly thereafter or shortly there before, because the sea people burst onto the scene early on in, and there's even disputable claims that they might have been the group that was there that was warring with the Philistines or the Philistines and the Egyptians and the Canaanites and all the other groups and some of the individuals who gave larger stature to them. But we're not even going to get carried away now. Our common ancestry. Travel to a time past when human ancestors walked the earth. The website offers a greater exploration of the subjects found in the Hall of Origins. Right? We can experience more. This is the end of it. So, boom, we're going to go to the Explorer. But look at that. So, this is obviously a website of a website. This is the digital collection. Let's see what we can find in here. No. Oh, this is too much. Yeah, this is just a folks' opinion. Right on. I don't need none of that. We don't need none of that. I'm not giving nobody my opinion. I'm telling them what I read and what I know to be true on the earth. The truth is this, that when you look at the Smithsonian's, and notice that they don't put their shelf there like that, right? You know what I mean? Like they don't, you don't get to see them for real. You see how they put these faces here like this? They don't put no white looking faces, no, because that's not where they come from, right? You know, it's just like the most disrespect ever. Look at this individual right here, right? He's not exactly a nigga. He's not exactly white, but you can tell that some kind of admixture from that to get from, where's it at? I gotta go back. All right, yeah. To get from this, I mean, you could even use the bottom picture to get from that, how dark that is, to how much lighter this guy is, how looser his hair looks, more loose. I don't know. Maybe I'm just seeing it wrong. I don't know, but yeah, I just don't see how they. And there's a whole bunch of them who look just like this, only with pale skin. Whole bunch of them. The Smithsonian. They're everywhere. The thing is that they so-called scientists can tell you. Excuse me. Excuse that. So-called scientists can tell you that there there's been different bloodlines of individuals to walk upright on this planet. But if I tell you that they got that out the Bible and that they're called Gentiles, you'll look at me like I'm crazy. Come on, man. See, this is why, when I used to say humanize the scripture, it hadn't really dawned on me that I'm like, you can't even do that. You have to, I have to peopleize it. There's no humans in that book. Word, Gentiles are not men. To put the word man in their title gives them something that they do not rate. Come on. A peopleoid is not a people. So no matter what different looks the Gentiles would have had and still maintain to this day, it doesn't matter. Because like I told y'all before, there's black Gentiles, literally black. There's brown ones. There's red looking ones. There's yellow looking ones. And then there's these pasty pink looking ones. Sometimes they be pale all the way white. But having said that, there's a group of Gentiles, and then there's an actual group of people, true actual defined people who live on the earth together, as it is written in the scripture. Now, why you need a scientist to tell you that, I have no idea, but I do know that it's shameful. We end on this note. What does it mean, right? Look at these faces. Let's blow it up. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that one in the back with the big ass nose, right? The only thing they didn't do was throw an afro on it and a 5 o'clock shadow, right? Right. But it's bald face for a reason, to represent those what? Those individuals who do not grow facial hair. Thank you. Now let's roll on down. And check out my man's here real quick. We end on this note. Look at him. Paint him pink and give him blue eyes. Give him green eyes and red hair. That looks just like them. Only they made it darker. They tried to make it to where you couldn't tell, but it's easy to tell that this is supposed to be the early stages of the Anglo, because y'all do know that true Caucasians, when they came down, had darker skin and blue eyes, something like the individuals that you see in Papua New Guinea, the Solomon Islands. just referencing the fact that Gentiles are more associated with a certain bloodline of people than they are other ones. Because when everything was separated from the great mass of earth, when it was first itself in one piece, when it was all separated, certain individuals were placed closer, or they ended up closer to what you consider so-called, Homo habilis, Homo erectus, things like that, right? Australopithecus, yeah, Homo sapien, Cro-Magnon, because none of those are actual people. Those are the different kinds of Gentiles that crawled about the middle of the planet. And that's just one sector of them, not including the ones that walked about the planet with multiple appendages that people don't regularly have, like four legs or something like that, or you know, more than two arms. Right? Cats coming out there with two heads on their body. Anyway, hope that y'all really start to understand that it's more to it, and the Smithsonian is really just the tip of the iceberg.